Chronicle adds a single-player campaign, Hi-Rez reveals their brand new game. All that and more, I'm Zach Sharpson, and this is Free to Play Weekly. First up in the news this week, Jagex has brought forth a new single-player campaign for their free-to-play digital card game Chronicle RuneScape Legends. In the single-player campaign, Legends Guild's own Radimus Urkel tasks players with overcoming a series of 13 dangerous missions. Each trial has 3 stars to collect, the first of which is defeating your opponent, with additional challenges required to unlock the other stars. In addition to the new campaign, the Trials of Radimus update also includes new dynamic chapter environments, a global and friends chat system, as well as support for Max. Pretty awesome update, and after my hiatus from the game, I'll be hopping back in to check out the new content. What about you guys? Those of you Rift players out there won't have to wait too much longer for the game's next expansion, Starfall Prophecy. While the open beta is already live for those who wish to try before they buy, the expansion will actually launch on November the 16th. Don't know what the expansion brings? Well, players can look forward to adventuring through 5 new zones on their quest to the new level cap of 70. New item rarities, active upgrades, and planar fragments will give characters more depth. New dungeons to delve into, new raids to conquer, and a new looking for raid system will give players a lot of variety, and a 64-bit client, plus a whole lot more of other minor additions. Personally, you guys know my beef with Tryon Worlds, but I'm happy to see them provide a try before you buy period for the new expansion. It's definitely a pro-consumer move we can all appreciate, even if you don't appreciate the price tag normally associated with actually purchasing Rift's expansions. After speculating what their new project is, Hi-Rez Studios has revealed that their new free-to-play game is Smite Tactics. Riding off the success of their free-to-play MOBA, Smite Tactics is a turn-based strategy game. Built on the Unreal Engine, the game offers players the chance to compete in 1v1 battles using their favorite gods, overseeing the battle and choosing minions to use in order to become the victor. Players will be able to make use of the god signature moves. The minions come in a variety of units with unique abilities, and players will build their armies utilizing cards. Curious when the new game will enter beta? Well, you won't have to wait too much longer because closed testing will begin around the end of the year. Seems like an interesting game, but I wish they would have just announced a sci-fi MMORPG instead. Still playing NCSoft's free-to-play MMORPG Blade and Soul? Well, if you're starved for content, a new update is almost here that should satisfy your hunger. Called Beluga Lagoon, a plethora of content will be releasing on October the 26th. The update's main feature is a new 6v6 battleground, but it also brings forth new legendary Soul Shield weapons, a weapon and accessory path preview interface, and your normal bug fixes and balancing. Overall, Blade and Soul seems to have been keeping a fairly good update pace going, but what interests me is the 6v6 battleground, which does beg a question. So it's time for the question of the week. Last week on the show, I asked if EVE Online's free-to-play model is too limited. A user by the name of George stated the following: I think we should stop calling that system free-to-play. Yes, it technically is, but it's very confusing for many players. It's much more, as you say, an infinity trial version of the game, and I think it's nice. Thanks for your response, and it certainly would be interesting to discuss whether or not games with content locked behind a paywall should even be considered free-to-play or not. However, that's a discussion for another day, as this week's question is, how big do PvP battlegrounds need to be? Are you in favor of large-scale player wars or smaller, more fine-tuned PvP experiences? Can't wait to see where you guys land, especially since I tend to walk the line on this one. Last up in the news this week, the latest update for the Outlaws team's free-to-play MMORPG Skyforge is officially live. In addition to the new Outlaw class, the update also adds a demo version of the Council of Gods political system, a new big bad to take down, a revamped combat system, character development tweaks, a new Pantheon system, significant reductions in the amount of currencies, and an introduction of a game campaign, plus a whole lot more. As much as I've heard a good bit of veterans complain about the updates, for someone like myself that quit due to what I felt was poor game design decisions, it seems as though the Outlaws team has resolved most of my issues, so I'll likely give the game another go at some point in the near future. Speaking of something I like to give another go, be sure to check out the giveaways page. Yes, bookmark the page, participate in our giveaways, and check it daily to ensure you never miss one. As for myself, signing out until next week's show, my name is Zach Sharps, and I'll catch you guys next time.